Brandon,
Christopher Allen.
come on up.
Your Honor, I have a off docket arraignment. It's set for Friday. I can't be here Friday.
No, let's do it. Yeah, for sure. Victoria, you ready?
Fire. Hold up. What happens when a 19-year-old's joyride turns into a potential murder case? Today, we're diving into one of the most intense courtroom lectures you'll ever witness. We got a teen doing donuts in a parking lot with someone in the truck bed, a judge who references Teen Wolf to make a point about death, and a life-changing moment that'll have you questioning every risky decision you've ever made. This isn't just about a traffic violation. This is about a judge who's about to drop some of the hardest truth bombs we've seen in court. Buckle up, because Judge Fleischer is about to show exactly why they call it deadly conduct.
Thanks a lot, Brandon. Christopher Allen.
Rare.
77.
Did you say 253?
Yes, sir.
Ooh,
7747.
that's an old case.
I'll do that.
You said 253-7747?
Yes, sir.
Are you Anthony Reyes?
Yes, sir.
Shh. Mr. Reyes, you're charged with deadly conduct. You're facing up to a year in jail and or a $4,000 fine. We are going to do probable cause. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can or will be used against you. You have the right to have an attorney present. If you cannot afford one, one will be appointed to you, sir.
On November 8th, 2024, the officers were working in undercover capacity while conducting surveillance on several vehicles that were engaged in a parking lot takeover at 12300 North Freeway. The officer conducted a traffic stop on the defendant's motor vehicle. After observing it do 4 donuts in the parking lot while there was an individual sitting in the bed of the truck who appeared to almost fall out. The defendant admitted to doing the donuts.
Whoa. There's a truck? And you're telling me there's someone in the back of the truck?
In the truck, Your Honor.
They doing donuts?
4 donuts, Your Honor. And the officers made contact with the complainant, the truck passenger, who advised she was worried about falling out.
Mr. Reyes, I'm going to find that there's probable cause to go forward with your case.
Thought balloon. Okay, let's break this down because this is wild. We're talking about a parking lot takeover. You know, those viral stunts where cars do donuts while crowds watch? But here's where it gets legally terrifying. Anthony had someone in the truck bed while doing these stunts. That's not just reckless driving anymore. That's deadly conduct, which in Texas means you're knowingly engaging in conduct that places another person in imminent danger of serious bodily injury. The fact that the passenger herself told officers she was worried about falling out, that's basically a confession wrapped in a bow for prosecution. And notice how the judge's tone just shifted? He's about to go from processing paperwork to delivering a masterclass in consequences. What would you do if you were this judge? Drop your thoughts below.
You know, have you ever seen the movie Teen Wolf? Okay. In the movie, in Teen Wolf, there's a part in the movie where they're in a van and then they get on top of the van and they do this surfing, right? I had a friend in high school, because that's when the movie came out, right? And one of the big, it was a great movie, but one of the bad parts of the movie is that many people tried to emulate getting on a car, doing the surfing thing while they're driving down the road. I had a friend that lost his life trying to do that surfing. Imagine same thing here, where someone gets out, falls out, cracks their cranium open and die. What happens? Don't say anything. I want you to think of what would happen in the event that you're doing donuts, someone flies out and dies. What would be the charge?
Not felony.
Not just a felony. Murder.
Police Scarlight murder. Did you hear that? The judge just dropped the M word. An entire atmosphere in that courtroom just changed. This is masterful judicial education right here. He's not just sentencing a kid for doing donuts. He's making him understand that he was literally seconds away from catching a homicide charge. And here's a legal reality check. In Texas, if someone dies during the commission of felony, even if it's unintentional. You could be looking at felony murder charges. That's 5 to 99 years or life in prison. This 19-year-old was one physics equation away from spending his entire adult life behind bars. The judge is using personal tragedy, his own friend's death, to drive this point home. This isn't theoretical. This is real life with real consequences. The silence in that courtroom right now, that's the sound of reality hitting like a freight train.
I don't want you driving, Mr. Reyes. I'm making it a condition of your bond that you are not to drive. Do you understand me? You will be signing an affidavit with me today promising me you're not going to drive. I don't care what's going on in your life. If you drive, I can have a contempt hearing. You can be facing up to 6 months in jail and a $500 fine every time you get into a car and drive. Do you understand? This is an affidavit that you're promising me. And I don't care if Jesus comes down and needs to ride to church. We will have issues if you get into a car and drive. Do you understand?
Balance scale. I don't care if Jesus comes down and need to ride to church. This is why Judge Fleischer clips go viral. But let's talk about what just happened legally. The judge just imposed a no driving condition as part of the bond. And this is huge. Most people don't realize judges have incredible discretion in setting bond conditions to protect public safety. By making Anthony sign an affidavit, the judge created a legally binding promise. If Anthony drives, even to work, even in an emergency, he's looking at contempt of court charges on top of his original case. That's potentially 6 months in jail just for turning the ignition key. The audience applause. They get it. This judge isn't playing games. He's using every tool in his judicial arsenal to prevent a tragedy. The question is, will a 19-year-old who was just doing donuts for clout actually follow through? Statistics say probably not, but this judge is certainly trying to break through.
You know, Mr. Reyes, this life, it's not a long one. It's a very short one. And it can be a great life where you do well in school, go far in life, buy nice things, have nice cars, supermodel wife, great kids, lavish vacations in Monaco. Or it can be a rotten hell of an existence where you never have money. You're in and out of custody, where you can't even afford to go to a dentist, where you have teeth falling out. You can't even fix a root canal. It's but one. Think before you act. Think before you speak, because you may never get a second chance. Do you understand? You now have that chance. Do with it well, because if I find that you're a danger to my public, I will do everything in my power to protect the public at all costs. Do you understand? You have a lawyer. It's your responsibility to stay in touch with Brandon. He will tell you if and when you have to come back to court, don't drive. If you drove here, you may not drive home. Do you understand? You pick up a new case, you become a danger. How old are you?
19.
What are you doing with yourself these days?
Construction.
Be careful, Mr. Reyes. You're walking a thin line. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
Okay. All right, Brandon.
Thank you, Judge.
That way.
Jeff, was that gonna be state's bond conditions or just no driving?
Yeah, I guess, can you file just no driving, and then I'm gonna put on there no weapons as well. No weapons as well, Mr. Reyes. You're not allowed to have a weapon.
Bar chart. Let's recap what we just witnessed. A 19-year-old named Anthony Reyes faced deadly conduct charges for doing donuts with someone in his truck bed during a parking lot takeover. The maximum penalty? 1 year in jail and a $4,000 fine. But Judge Fleischer delivered something worth more than any fine, a reality check that could save lives. The bond conditions are severe but justified. Absolutely no driving and no weapons. One violation means instant jail time. This case highlights a growing problem with street takeovers and social media stunts that put lives at risk for viral content. The judge's Teen Wolf reference wasn't random. It was a calculated move to connect with young defendant using pop culture to illustrate deadly consequences. This is judicial mentorship at its finest. Folks, a judge who could have just processed the case instead chose to potentially save a life, maybe several lives. If this intense courtroom reality check hit you as hard as it hit us, smash that like button and let us know in the comments. Do you think the no driving punishment is too harsh or totally justified? And if you want more raw, unfiltered courtroom breakdowns like this, hit subscribe and ring that notification bell. We drop new cases every week that'll make you think twice about your choices. Share this with someone who needs to hear it, because sometimes a judge's words can change everything. Until next time, stay legal, stay smart, and remember, think before you act, Bell.